Hello, and welcome to the Performer's Guide. Get Your Act Together 21-Day Personal Challenge. We are on week 3, day 15. Today it's time to clean up your room. So I personally really love this module, and I do it almost daily. Well, I do it daily. And I think it's just so important to have a clean space, have a space that feels organized, that inspires you, that you feel comfortable in, and that just draws you in and makes you want to be at home. Yes? So this module is all about getting our home clean, getting our room clean, and therefore using it as the first step to getting our life together. Yes? There is a saying that goes generally, you can't save the world before you save yourself, right? You can't clean up everybody else's mess until you clean up your own mess, okay? So oftentimes I see people giving each other, you should do this, you should do that. And oftentimes they could be applying those same skills to themselves. And so cleaning up your room is a metaphor for not only cleaning our house, but cleaning up and getting our life in order so that we are able to be the best presentation of ourselves. Some things I really love about cleaning my room, just like making my bed, it is a wonderful way to get a few accomplishments completed right on my to-do list. If I need to do some dishes, if I need to sweep, usually when I wake up, there's something that's immediate. I'm like, oop, I could do that. I like to just take a few 5 to 10 minutes every morning and do that first round of cleaning. And for me, that's usually making my bed, putting away laundry, anything that's on the floor, towels, getting all my kitchen and bathroom towels, switching them out to new towels if needed. Cleaning my sink, just kind of giving it a little wipe down, giving my toilet seat just a little wipe down, and cleaning up anywhere around my nightstand. So I like to make sure that my immediate bedroom area is nice and tidy. So I make my bed, clean the nightstand, put away all the laundry, and I feel like my room is nice and tidy. So then once all that's happening, then I can feel like I can sit in my room and feel like I'm getting accomplishments done. So then the next thing I like to clean during the day is my desk. So it's hard for me to work if there's a bunch of stuff on my desk. And I'll be honest, I've seen some of your desks. They scare me. I'm like, where do you put a notebook? There's not even a notebook on it. So if your room is clean, the next step is to get our office space in order. So that means having a really comfortable chair. It means having a desk that is functioning. It means having clear space to be able to put all of our written materials on. It means having a computer that works, right? So what in your office needs to be cleaned up, needs to be sorted and organized, and getting your office in order. Then the next I really like to focus on is my kitchen. So my mom always says a happy kitchen is a happy home, or a full kitchen is a happy home. And so I spend a lot of my time making sure that I've got yummy foods in there, that I've got just everything organized in my kitchen, and that I'm ready to do meal planning for the week. And so part of that is making sure that I have my kitchen clean. And so I usually make large dinners at night, and sometimes I don't clean them up at night. So in the morning, I always make sure to tidy up any finishing touches I have on my dishes, and making sure that I can function in my kitchen. Sometimes it feels discouraging for me to want to cook if my kitchen is really dirty or if my refrigerator is really dirty. And so I like to mitigate that by making sure all my dishes are clean, that my fridge is clean, the floor is clean, stove is clean, and that it invites me to want to make healthy, yummy food for myself. Then the next room for me that I like to focus on is my bathroom. So this is cleaning my shower, my toilet, the sink, It doesn't need to be a deep scrub. A little bit goes a long way. So after my shower, I wipe and clean each shower. And same like I do with in the evening or in the morning. In the evening, I'll also wipe down my sink, wipe down the toilet, get a little sweep going on my house, on my bathroom. So then in my house, I also have lots of hallways. So I have an entry hallway. I've got the hallways to my room and my office. And so I like to make sure those are organized. I like to sweep them daily, shake out all my rugs, and make sure all my pictures are hanging correctly. And really just making sure that I can feel comfortable walking around barefoot, being in my home, because I like to stretch and I sit on the floor a lot, and if I have a dirty floor, it grosses me out. So there's so many benefits to cleaning your room besides just having it an organized space. It does clear up for me a lot of anxiety. I struggle relaxing if there's stuff around me that feels cluttered. And I really genuinely feel more stressed. So I like to keep everything organized. Everything has a place, and I put it all in its place, and it really does help keep my anxiety down. It also helps me be able to find things. If I'm struggling to find things, it's often because everything's a mess and nothing has a home. And if my house is a mess, I'm like, where did I put my notebook? Where did I put my shoes? Where did I put this? And so part of having a clean home is having a place, a home for each item as well. It improves your air quality. So if you sweep a lot, if you dust a lot, if you're cleaning off your counters, it's not going to be as dusty. And I've been in some people's homes where it's like, woo, you haven't shaken out that rug in a while, have you? Shake it out, change out your sheets, change out any kind of bedding or tapestry that could potentially be just holding on to scents and dirt, particles and such. And so we're going to wash those often. It also improves mental health. Not only does it help me with my mitigating my stress and anxiety, I feel better. I feel like a more productive person. I feel like a grown-up. I feel like I've just got my shit together when my house is clean. And, you know, I like to have a clean house when I wake up. I like to have a clean house when I come home from the day. I like to have a clean house when I come home from a trip. And all of these things just help me to have a better mental health and better mindset when I'm in a clean home. And lastly, it can make a good impression on other people. So have you ever gone over to, or had someone come over to your house and you're immediately like, oh my God, I'm sorry, my house is such a mess. Then you spend the whole time kind of cleaning it while they're there, and you're like, I don't live like this, I swear. So I always try to pretend like I could have a guest at any time. I think that oftentimes we don't clean our house as much as we do is right before having a guest over. And so just kind of having it in our mind that we could have a guest over at any time, and to utilize our time to keep a clean house so that if someone just pops by for a cup of sugar, you're ready for them. Okay. So some signs that you might need to clean. It's helpful to clean every day and to always just be proactively cleaning. But if you, aren't as proactive as potentially you need to be, then sometimes there will be some glaring reasons that are poking out at you. They're like, okay, maybe I need to put some focus on this particular item. Anywhere that's feeling cluttered, disorganized, anything that feels like energetically it's just stifling, we're going to clean it up. I am a big proponent of literally moving around everything in my house all the time. Like, this goes here, and then it goes here, and then I move it over there, because it changes the energy of the home. When something sits for too long, the energy becomes stagnant. If we're talking like feng shui, the energy becomes stagnant in your home. This is the same with your props, your costumes, all of your work equipment. How often are we going through cleaning, organizing, going through cataloging, getting inventory of our props, costumes, and the things in our home? If you're feeling a lot of allergies, probably need to dust or sweep. If you're sneezing a lot, if you see literal dust bunnies on the floor, it's like, let's take a time out and get rid of those bad boys. If you see any buildup of dirt or grime, it's so easy to just sort of let it accumulate and think, oh, that's normal, and just ignore it. But we want to have our surfaces clean, clear, mold-free, mites-free, dust-free, dirt-free, and we really want to try to have all those spaces clear of dirt and grime. If your house smells bad, you probably smell bad, and then it leads out into going to gigs and such, and can linger on your clothes and your costumes and your props. If you have dogs, if you have a lot of animals, it can have a smell to it. And so it's really important to bathe our pets, wash our clothes, and make sure that there's no odors in our home. And then I also like to use air fresheners and incense and stuff like that to also get the smells out. Number one reason for me to clean my house is having a guest. And I just said it before, I always pretend like I like to have a guest, but even when I definitely know I'm going to have a guest, I like to do a big, deep clean, usually do like a 4 or 5 hour big, deep clean on my house. And then if you're feeling stress or anxiety, for me, that's kind of the number one. If my eyes can't relax while I'm at home, then I can tell it's probably time to clean. So in order to clean your house, you need to make sure you have the appropriate cleaning supplies. And so in the printable worksheet, I list all of the cleaning supplies that are just kind of like the basic ones that I use. And it's important to have a good stock of cleaning supplies, not only like a back stock, the ones you're using, and then one just in case, so that way when you run out, you have more on hand, because it's the worst when I'm ready to go do my dishes and then my sponge is disgusting and then I have to throw it away and I have no more sponges, and then now I can't wash my dishes. And then it sort of like spirals into this cycle of like, well, I guess I'm not cleaning the whole kitchen, and I guess I'm eating out, and I guess now I'm just not monitoring my eating habits. And for me, it can really snowball. So I got to stay on top of it by making sure I have the proper supplies to do the cleaning so that I don't get overwhelmed and then just say, fuck it, I'm not doing anything. Okay, so we're going to go over some tips on how to motivate yourself to clean. I know a lot of people don't like cleaning, and it can feel like monotonous, and it's sort of something that just we have to do all the time that really never ends. And so it kind of just feels like, oh man, I've got to do the dishes again. The number one I like to do is I like to think of myself as present me, future me, and past me as 3 separate people. And so if I'm current me, I'm always current me, technically, but I'm thinking about past me and future me. And so when I'm like, oh man, I don't want to do my laundry, or I don't want to do this chore, I can think, oh wait, I'm not doing it for myself only, I'm also doing it for future me. And if I do it now, future me doesn't have to do it. And since I really like future me, and I want to like future me almost more than I like present me, I'm going to do future me a favor by doing the task, so that when the future comes, I'm like, thank you, past me. Oh my God. This is so much easier on my life because something has been taken care of. And so that's step one, is really just seeing yourself as past, present, and future you, and try to give yourself gifts. Try to do something now for yourself that you can thank yourself for later. The next is to set specific goals. I always have different cleaning goals. Like right now, my cleaning goal is to clean the oven. I like cook something, and then the top part fell off into the oven. And then the next thing I cooked, the whole oven basically like smoked and caught fire. My alarm went off, and I was like, okay, there's a reminder. Maybe I need to clean my stove or my oven. So set goals. I need to clean my oven. I need to do this. I need to sweep the stairs. What is it? The next is to create a schedule. we talk about this in Your Routine Matters. I like to have a morning routine, a midday routine, a nightly routine of cleaning that feels simple and small, like I can take small steps. But then I also have weekly cleaning, which I do on Sundays. Then I have a monthly set of things I do, just like sweeping the stairs outside and some other things. It's like, I'm not going to do that every week, where I just kind of do when I notice it. And then I have monthly chores, seasonal chores, right? We talk about spring cleaning and that kind of stuff. Seasonally, I really more do it in winter, personally. I always call it spring cleaning, but I usually do that in winter because I'm inside. I'm in my home more often. And I'm like, oh, there's so much clutter in here and so much dirt. I'm just going to clean it all. And so that way, when I'm spending more time indoors, it feels comfy and cozy. Then you're gonna want to break them down into smaller tasks. Like for me, I don't know if I could clean the whole kitchen all at once, but I can clean the fridge. I can set aside time, like, okay, I'm going to clean the fridge today. I'm going to clean the oven tomorrow. I'm going to clean the sink. Going to dust. For me, that helps me to break down larger tasks. I know some people like to just have a big cleaning day and they do everything all at once, which is great. I like to do that, at least seasonally. But for me, that feels overwhelming because I'm like, oh, this is so many things to do all at once. And then I'm like, I'm never going to do it. So instead, I like to really break down the goals into really small, actionable, bite-sized steps. And then sometimes I'm like, okay, I pulled out the cleaning supplies. I did a good job. I'll finish later. And sometimes it's really that simple in the steps that I take. Maybe it's just going and buying the sponges. Maybe it's just switching one out. Maybe it's like, okay, I'm just going to do this small amount of dishes. Like, for me, sometimes if I let my dishes go for too long, the idea of doing all of my dishes all at once can feel overwhelming because I don't have a dishwasher. So sometimes I'll just do it in a couple chunks. Or same with the fridge. Sometimes I'll just like, okay, I'm going to clean this one shelf because I had a spill. Oops. Rewarding yourself can be really helpful. I like to give myself popsicles at the end, like a toddler. So anything that you can do to motivate and reward yourself to clean can be good. And then getting support. If you struggle with cleaning, hire a cleaning lady. Invite a friend to come over to help you clean. Find support in some way that can help you get your room clean. The next thing we're going to go over are different cleaning techniques. I think it's confusing. Like, this is just really like simple life skills that I just don't feel like we were learned or we were taught in school. It's like, okay, I want to clean my house, but what specifically types of cleaning can we do? And just a few of them. So you can dust, you can vacuum, mop, you can scrub the tile, you can wipe the windows, you can disinfect, polish, organize, do your laundry, you can do a deep cleaning, you can do dry cleaning, and you can clean up any large mess that has happened throughout the week. And so just knowing that there's all those different types of cleanings as well, I'll just pick one. Like, okay, today I'm going to sweep. Today I'm going to vacuum. Today I'm going to clean all my windows and my mirrors. And just picking one off the list and then just going down and then coming back to each one on the list. And if you can do something daily, then when you get to the weekly and monthly and quarterly chores, it's like, oh, this isn't a complete shit show because I've been working on it a little bit every day and making progress towards this goal. Then I like to pick the type of cleaning I'm going to do, and then I pick the room. And so every house has pretty basic similar rooms in them, and then some have special rooms. But for the most part, we've got our bedrooms, bathroom, living room, kitchen, laundry room, a home office, basement, attic, garage, a deck or a porch, and then you've got the front yard and your backyard. So again, just pick something. If it's great weather outside, like, okay, I'm going to go sweep up all the leaves today in the backyard. Or maybe you need to stain the porch deck with some new weathering stain. And getting a schedule going. So each week or month or however your schedule is, just list it out, tack them down, and just tick them off the list. And each room has its own cleaning schedule. So like I have my daily chores that I do for my bedroom. I've got weekly ones. I've got monthly ones, and same for each room in the house. So once you can start to figure out what your routine is and tacking off just a little bit each day, it's going to feel a lot less stressful to clean your room. And then on the printable worksheet, I go through and list out literally every type of chore that I do and that I could think of for each room. And it really allows you can print it out, you can hang it up, and you can create your own cleaning schedule with this. Because for me, it's all about, and this is why I created the performer's guide. Sometimes I don't know what to do. I don't know what I don't know. And so for me, just having lists there for me to look at and go, okay, what do I want to do today? I want to clean my bedroom. So I can go to the bedroom page. Okay, what do I want to do? Okay, I haven't done my mirrors in a while. Let's go do my mirrors. And so as much as I can get written down and having a chore journal, it's going to help. And then if you share a house with other people, then getting a chore chart, little chore wheel can be helpful too. And I mean, fuck it, you can make a chore wheel for just yourself too. Spin it around and give yourself some ideas on chores to do. So I'm not going to go over every single chore that you can do in every single room, but just know that you have this list available to you. You can print it out and you can use it as a guide to help you clean up your room. And there is a musical playlist. I posted it in the first module, the Get Your Act Together welcome note. And in there is there's a whole bunch of mindset music in there. And one of them is called Clean Up Your Room. It's by Jordan Peterson. And Akira the Dawn remade it. And I just absolutely love the song. It's got some really great tidbits and insights in there. And it's just a really great song to listen to. So I like to put it on while I'm cleaning and just let it go for the duration of the song. And then when the song's over, it's like, okay, great. I've put in 5 minutes of cleaning and I'm good to go. And then if you want to continue, then you can keep going. Because there is this, and we'll talk about this more in time management, there is a concept of if you can just get yourself going for 5 minutes, the likelihood is that you'll be able to keep going. It's often the most difficult for us to get just that first step out of the journey. So if you're going for a 10-mile hike, sometimes just putting on the shoes is the most difficult part. And so that's why I like to have the musical playlist to help me motivate me. If it's something I like, I can kind of just listen to it and mindlessly go. And then all of a sudden the song ends and I don't notice and I'm just still cleaning. And then I'm like, oh, wait. Or I'll put it on repeat, which is also a really great way to trick my mind because the song will end and then just start over and maybe I don't notice and I just sort of keep going. And then I'm like, wait a second. I tricked me into cleaning longer than I wanted to or I initially set out to do. And it's kind of the goal, right? Is to feel like we're getting into these habits, into these routines so they start to feel like normal, just like part of our life, part of our routine. Just a little note, I have learned a lot about Jordan Peterson that I don't necessarily fully agree with on every one of his takes and his perspective on everything. Over the past 2 years specifically, I've learned a lot about him, and he's a little bit controversial, but I don't want to pull the song necessarily because I think it still does have value. And yeah, if you're interested in Jordan Peterson, definitely feel free to go check him out and see what he's up to. But that is where I got that song from, and he has a lot of really great works that are turned into music that I just really love to utilize in my courses. So I welcome you to go to the Spotify account, the Performer's Guide has its own page. On there, each program has its own musical playlist, and then Get Your Act Together has its own set of music to help motivate you, clean your room, work out, and get all these aspects of Get Your Act Together program integrated into your life. Yes? So I am excited to see you clean up your room. Please take photos of any room that you have cleaned, and so we can all congratulate you on how hard you worked on cleaning up your room. And I will see you tomorrow. Have a wonderful day. Goodbye.